Well, greetings to each of you, and welcome to the Shakedown, a podcast about corrections, for corrections, and by corrections. I'm your host, Aaron Dawson. As always, it is good to be back with you once again. This is your first time with us. I encourage you to go back and check previous season, previous episodes, and hopefully find some awesome information there. But if you're already been with us, welcome back, and looking forward to a good episode today. Before we jump into our topic of today, I want to keep in mind those events that are coming up in 2023, primarily and the closest to us. Here in June, you've got JailCon West in Arizona. In August 28th through the 30th, the JailCon South in the south part of Alabama, and then JailCon Central on October 24th to 26th up in Indiana. So you can check out jailtraining.org, get all the specifics, the details about JailCon. If you have not participated in a JailCon or attended a JailCon in the past, I highly recommend that you do so. Fantastic experience. A chance to interact with folks, do the same job you do. Remind yourself that it's not just your agency, it's not just your facility, it's not just your staff. It's everybody dealing with the same things, regardless of how big the facility, how many officers they have. Not to mention, you get lots of awesome training. So look, like I said, check out JailCon. You can go to jailtraining.org, look under events, and find the link for all the information that you need about JailCon. But getting to our topic today, I hope that you enjoyed our previous episodes talking about the positive things that are going on in our career field here in corrections. That it's so easy to see the negative, to focus on the negative, but there are really good things going on, lives being changed, differences being made around the country within the field of corrections. So I hope you enjoyed that. Hope it was informative. Hope it was encouraging to you. But I kind of want to take a different direction with this. As I was getting ready to sit down and record, make this episode, I popped myself some good old fashioned popcorn, and as I was thinking about it, and I personally really enjoy popcorn. And as I was sitting there thinking about it, I was like, what is it about the popcorn that I like so much? Is it the salt? Is it the crunch? Is it the butter flavor? What is it about the popcorn that I really like? So why is it that I like popcorn? And then sitting here to my right, I've got my my trusty bottle of Dr. Pepper that I always keep close by. Why? Why is it that I enjoy drinking Dr. Pepper? Why is it that when it comes time for me to buy a cold drink, that 99.9 times out of 100, I'm coming out of there with a Dr. Pepper? Well, I enjoy it. It's something that's satisfying to me. It's something that I look forward to. I remember reading a story one time about a guy who had just finished climbing Mount Everest, and they were interviewing him, and they were asking him, the question that all the reporters and all the press want to know is, sir, what prompted you, what motivated you, to want to attempt to climb Mount Everest? Why did you attempt to climb Mount Everest? And his response was quite simple. He said, well, because it was there. When we think about what it is that motivates, what it is that we do, why is it that we serve in the field of corrections? And over the years of talking to folks, and whether that be in an initial interview, somebody was trying to get hired, or maybe it was somebody that maybe they were getting ready to retire and they were talking about what motivated them, or anywhere in between, I have heard a host of different reasons given to the as an answer to that question of why people do what they do. I've heard some people say, well, the reason I'm in corrections is I need a steady and a consistent job to provide for my family. And that's a logical reason. I mean, you don't have to worry about us going out of business. It's not like all of a sudden there's not going to be any more crime, there's not going to be any more people in jail, and so they're going to lay us all off. So yeah, I can make sense out of that. That makes sense. a steady and consistent job. It may not be, the pay rate may not be the highest in the world, but it's going to be steady, it's going to be consistent, and in a lot of cases, in a lot of places nowadays, there's a good chance for some overtime if you're looking forward. Excuse me. So that steady and consistent job to provide for family, that makes sense. I've heard some other folks say, well, I really want to serve my community, and I feel like this is a way that I can work, I can earn a living, but at the same time, I can really fulfill a need that my community has. I can serve my community and the people of my community. And there's no doubt that's a legitimate answer. To want to serve, to want to make a difference to, some of these people that they don't need to be in the culture. They don't need to be in society. Some people, they just need some of their life adjusted. They need some rehabilitation. They need some assistance. They need some help, and I'm the one that's there to help them get what it is that they need. So that's a legitimate answer. I've heard some other folks say that I really want to make a difference in people's lives. And boy, corrections provides that opportunity. You're working day in and day out. You're seeing these same inmates. These inmates are seeing you. You converse with them. Sometimes you get to know them a little bit. They talk to you about what's going on with them and their family and whatever the case may be. And you establish a professional, but a professional connection with these guys. And you get to interact with them, and there's a time that that comes where people they come to you and they ask you and they say, hey, what do you think I should do about this? How do you think I should handle this? And we have an opportunity to have some input into these folks' lives. So that's a legitimate answer to make a difference. I've heard some folks say, well, I want to be a part of something that's bigger than I am. I don't want to I just don't want to work at something that's small or minor. I want to be a part of something bigger. Something that matters, something that has some weight to it, that has some importance to it. I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of something that is going to last longer than just me. That's going to keep going. Well, that is definitely a part of it. As long as there's been government, as long as there's been law enforcement, there's been jails, and that will continue on. I'm assuming in perpetuity that's going to be a part. That's going to be something that is going to be needed. I've heard some people say, well, I was looking for a career in which I could grow. I was looking for a career in which I could get involved and succeed, and I want to grow, and I want to succeed in a career that matters. And you look at corrections and you think, man, you come in as a line officer, as a floor officer, and you're starting working in a housing unit or on the floor, whatever you want to word that. You get some time in, you get some investment, and you learn. Maybe you get to be a training officer. Maybe you have the opportunity to put in to be a supervisor, and you get the opportunity not only to impact inmates' lives, but you have the opportunity to lead and impact officers' lives. And then, if you continue to push, continue to grow, you have the opportunity to move up the chain of command, so to speak, and impact more and more people's lives, and be able to look at it and say, okay, for me to get to this point, I need to have this information, I need to have this experience, I need to have this knowledge. And so I'm pushing and I'm working to get to that point. And so you can set goals, and they're clear goals, and there's measurement that you can use to see, am I achieving my goals? Am I making progress on my goals? So that's a legitimate argument. It makes perfect sense. I've heard some other folks say, I want to be a part of a place where I can be part of a team, where I can be part of a family. I want to be a part of a place that provides that. And most facilities I've interacted with, that's exactly the environment that corrections provides, is that team and that family environment, especially on a shift, that where the number's a little smaller and you spend so much time together, dealing with the same things, the same frustrations, the same challenges, the same victories, the same defeats. I mean, you spend all these times, and I'm telling you, especially if you're working a post with them, and you're working with this individual for 8, 10, 12 hours at a time, working in this tower, you'll get to know some folks. And so maybe more than you want to know about them. But it provides that opportunity to be part of a team and part of a family. Some of the strongest relationships that I have ever developed in my life were developed because there are folks that I worked with in a correctional facility. So it's important to understand why we do what we do. But why is it important to answer that question? Why does answering the question of why really matter? Well, when you look at the importance of that question, it reveals the importance in a few ways. The first is answering and understanding the why provides a purpose. If I needed a steady and a consistent job to provide for my family, that's my purpose. That's my goal. So I want to make sure that I do what I need to do to maintain this job, to stay consistent, to be successful as an employee so that I can continue to provide that steady and that consistent income. If I want to make a difference in people's lives, if that's my purpose, then I'm looking for opportunities to interact with folks. I'm looking for opportunities. I'm listening. I'm watching. I'm paying attention to people, their facial expressions, their body language. I'm seeing, who is it that maybe I can make a difference in their life today. If my purpose is I want to grow and I want to succeed in a career that matters, and that's my purpose. Okay, that gives me the direction that I want to go. That gives me my purpose and how I need to carry that out. So understanding why provides a purpose, but understanding why also provides a motivation. I can look at it and I can see, okay, have I attained what I want to attain? If the answer is no, then I need to keep going. I need to keep pushing. If I have made some progress, but I've slowed some, I can assess that and look at it and say, I was doing good. I was on track. Everything was rocking on and good, but, I hit a snag. It motivates us. So it provides a purpose. It provides a motivation. It provides a focus. There's so many things in life that can pull our attention, pull our focus away. That can happen inside of our facilities. Excuse me. We come in and this is our purpose, this is our focus, and man, then this happens and this code pops off and there's a fight over here and there's a fire alarm and there's this and there's that, and then all of a sudden we forget, wait a minute, what was I doing again? Well, having that why statement, understanding that why I do what I do, provides me a focus. It gives me a goal to shoot for. It provides understanding that why question, the answer to that why question. It provides us a map. If this is where I want to go and this is where I am, I can map out what I need to do to get there, and I can assess how far along that I am. I can look ahead for any possible turns or changes or whatever the case may be. So understanding that why, it provides me a map. And then lastly, it provides a set of goals. I can break down, okay, if this is where I am and this is where I want to go, I'm probably not going to be able to get from here to here in just one fell swoop. Just make one decision and bam, I'm there, I'm done, check. Yay, hooray, a victory, I win. No, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some effort. I'm going to have to work to this point, and I'm going to have to reassess. And then I'm going to have to work to this point, and then I'm going to have to reassess. Then I'm going to have to work to this point, and then I'm going to have to reassess. Well, each of those points, that's a goal. That's a goal. When you look at, in athletics and guys and ladies that are developing their skills in whatever sport it is that they're working at, that you don't decide you're going to be a pitcher and decide, okay, my goal is to throw 100 miles an hour and go outside and loosen your arm up a little bit and have an expectation that you're going to throw 100 miles an hour the first time. No, that's going to take some time. That's going to take some work, if it's even attainable. If you want to run a certain speed, if you want to be able to jump so high, whatever the case may be, you establish some benchmarks, you establish some goals that are getting you closer and closer and closer to the ultimate goal, the purpose, the answer to that, the why question. So understanding the why behind what we do, understanding why that we get out of bed every morning. Do we get out of bed every morning and go to work and face the challenges of the day just because they're there? Well, if that's the case, we're going to get bored with that. We're going to get frustrated. We're going to get discouraged. Are we doing it just because we thought, this might be fun, I'll give this a try? Odds are we're not going to stick with it for a long time. But if we're going to be truly successful as corrections officers, if we're going to be truly successful in our careers, if we're really going to make a lasting difference, it's going to start with us understanding why it is that we do what we do. And guys, I don't know that there's a right or a wrong answer for this. And it may be when I read through that, or I talked about those reasons that people had given to me personally that I'd heard, whether it's a steady, consistent job, whether it's serving the community, whether it's making a difference in people's lives, whether it's being a part of something that's bigger than I am, whether it's a desire to grow and to succeed in a career field that matters, or whether it's being a part of a team or a family, whatever it is that motivates you, it'd be an awesome idea to articulate that, to sit down and go, you know what? Why is it that I'm working in this field? What is it that drives me? Because on those days when it's hard, on those days when everything falls apart, on those days where you were so frustrated, you'd rather burn the place to the ground than look at it again. On those days, it's that why that's going to make you come back tomorrow. If you don't have that why, you know what? Forget it. I'm out of here. I'm doing something else. Guys, I've said many times, and I've heard it said many times, that corrections is a calling. It's a job field that's not made for everybody. But I fear that there are quite a few people that, you know what? They're gifted at it. They're good at it. They're called to it. But if they don't know their why, then there's nothing driving them to keep going. Well, guys, I'd like to, over the next few episodes, I'd like to kind of develop this thought train and follow this out and see what it is that really drives us to do what we do and how we do what we do, and to help us to see, are we gaining ground? Are we being successful? And so I hope that what we've talked about today and has been at least a little thought provoking to you, that you as you think about what your why is and get those goals set, but that you'll come back next week and the week following, and keep with it as we continue. All of us keep growing, keep pushing, keep striving to do better. Well, guys, I hope you have an awesome week, and until next week, as always, stay sharp, stay safe, stay vigilant. Godspeed.